Alright, hello everybody, Milerliteweight here, and I have a gameplay of the multiplayer experience that I had on Singularity. Now, you'll see that in the gameplay that I jump into, it's actually a team deathmatch, and in both of these game types that the game has, which is team deathmatch and a more objective-based game, which I don't have gameplay of yet for you guys, but I will if you want to see it. You can play as a human, or you can play as a creature. Now, both of these sides, both of these factions have different types of classes, weapons, and perks. It's pretty balanced, which I found really surprising, in that there's always someone who can counter you based on what you select, which is just fantastic. It's way more balanced than other games that we played, like Modern Warfare 2. That's basically it. Let's see. So I'm going over each of these perks, weapons, just so you guys can get a feel for what they are. I kind of went through them maybe a little bit too fast for you to read, but you know, a shotgun is a shotgun, and a heavy machine gun is a heavy machine gun. So if you guys want to see more in-depth of these classes and weapons, let me know in the comments, and I'll get a video of that as well. Now I'm sure a lot of you haven't actually heard of this game yet. It did come out in the last week of June, and it wasn't very popular. It's a game that I've been looking forward to just because I like time manipulation. But let's see here. In the class areas, there's definitely, healers and brawlers kind of classes. And if you've played games like Team Fortress, you're definitely going to see a lot of these, and they're going to be familiar to you. Now, the class that I actually choose in the end here is Blitzer, which is they have the ability to teleport. That's what makes this multiplayer really interesting, is the whole abilities area of each type of class you can choose from on either side. Now, typically in a team deathmatch in this game, you play as both sides. It's 2 rounds, and when one round is over, you switch sides, and you get to play as the other side, the other faction. Now, this is actually an awesome thing. I love the whole teleporting. You can teleport through walls to do an evasive maneuver, and you'll teleport in the direction that you're already moving. Now, the interesting thing is that if you teleport into an enemy, you actually get an instant kill. It's a telefrag. I didn't actually get the experience to do that yet, because I kind of suck at this game. But if I did pull it off, that would be awesome. It's definitely easy to pull off on those larger creatures that you saw, which are basically just roaming tanks from the front. Now this guy, he teleported, I teleported, and he just kept on charging and started hitting the wall. I started laughing my ass off. That was great. Because this whole teleporting thing is just awesome. I don't know what this guy's doing. I don't think he knows what he's doing at all. But from the backside, these creatures are really vulnerable. So I took him down no problem by myself. But up front, they are just beasts. Now, in this team deathmatch, there's actually healing stations that you can see behind me, and I'll actually use it in a little bit here. But that's not in the other game type. Now, the bad thing about this multiplayer is that there's only 2 game types. You have team deathmatch, and you have a more objective-based game, which is just kind of like Battlefield, the new one, Battlefield Bad Company 2. If you play that, then you'll see a lot of the familiarity there, in that you're pushing forward to capture these points. I actually don't know the name of that game type. I didn't play too much Battlefield, but if you know it, put it in the comments. Let me know. If in that you keep on pushing forward, and the creatures are supposed to constantly destroying these extermination points, let's call them, because when this thing is fully charged and ready to go, it will destroy all the creatures in the area and make them spawn up further, and then the humans have to push forward in that objective game type. I think team deathmatch is where the fun is at in this, because I tried playing that other game type, and it was mainly just a camp fest with those large creatures that you saw, and they have really powerful long-range beams, I guess you could call them, and everyone just used those and spammed it, so it wasn't that fun. Overall, I think the multiplayer is an okay experience. It's not a game that's going to have any lasting appeal, so if you guys want to try this game out, I really suggest just renting it. This is not a game that you should buy by any means. The single player is okay. If you want to see my impressions on that, I actually have a video of that up on my channel. But the multiplayer is, I don't know, it seems kind of tacked on, and it's fun for the first maybe few games, but then after a while you're going to be kind of bored of it, and you're going to go back to something else you're more familiar with, like Halo or Modern Warfare. So if you could leave a comment and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it.